My name is Kosti Kontaravdis. I study digital advertising design and I am in my third year. So this year I've chosen to create a project that's based around generative branding. So what generative branding is that as opposed to building a set of guidelines, I create a set of assets and then coded it into a program that generates the imagery based on an algorithm.
This year I've been doing, so I'm a designer mainly, but I've been focusing a bit more on illustration and using Illustrator because I never really got to grips with it in my first 2 years. So I did a big project for JDO, which was for Bestival, to come up with a new drink. And I basically made a giant sort of illustration which was a cocktail menu, which they're hopefully, if I win the brief, going to implement this year at Bestival.
So for my personal stuff, I'm going to use my FMP, which is an ad campaign for Bic pens, and it's basically just a really simple thing looking at what the pen has seen throughout like its whole life.
I suppose the biggest challenge for me is always trying to battle with time. So you spend like the first couple of days or the first day just getting tons and tons of ideas, as many ideas as possible, and then you start to channel down and you have this breadth of concepts and you're trying to turn these concepts into, you're trying to find out which one has the most potential.
I think the biggest challenge was just organising and getting all the right equipment to set up for the degree show, because advertising is quite a new course still at Ravensbourne, so we don't necessarily get the right equipment as easily as the other big courses that have significantly more students. Like, we only have 18 people in our year, so I think the hardest bit for setting up for this show was being able to get this space ready and prepped in the way that we needed it to be.
I've been nominated for a degree show award, so hopefully I'll win that. That's probably the thing I'm most looking forward to. But I'm also looking forward to seeing our classes work all up together, because I think it's going to be like something special as well, because we're the second digital advertising year to graduate, and it's going to be like a really cool thing to see how we've developed as a class. I'm
looking forward to seeing obviously the industry people and, you know, getting maybe some industry feedback on my work, but also I think I'm probably most excited about showing my family and friends what I've been doing for the last 3 years, because a lot of them don't necessarily know to the extent of which, you know, my designs go. So it'll be interesting to see, for them to be able to see my work, where I made it, and in like full detail. So I'm probably most excited about showing my friends and family my work.
The factor of ultimate freedom, and you have the ability to, you know, be as disruptive as you like, or you can do all of these crazy things, and it's quite refreshing to be there like, okay, I've taken that on board and I've created these ideas that, you know, challenge the ways which are normally done and could potentially not necessarily be sold easily to a client, and showcase them so you can see that. And if it's kind of like, you know, and the same rule applies for hearing stuff at industry talks where they're like, you need to be able to rapidly prototype, and you need to be able to, you know, bring something new to a creative agency.
I think the degree show is good because it's like a chance for you to show off what you can do and show off like you as well, not just necessarily your work, but like who you are and what you do. And it's a chance for you to speak to people and just get used to being like proud of your work and seeing it out there, rather than it just being something that you've given to your tutor.
It sounds fantastic. It even looks even better as well. And I really genuinely mean this, I'm blown away by the amount of gear and people and professionalism of everybody involved in the show. It's been incredible. I mean, I've worked on fully funded, full spec, real live, you know, professional broadcast shows that aren't anything like this.